French Navy helicopter cutting across the Mediterranean skies this week signaled a new front in Europe's confrontation with Moscow. French forces, along with the UK military, intercepted an oil tanker suspected of secretly financing Russia's war, turning the high seas into the latest battleground of sanctions enforcement. The vessel Grinch had traveled from Russia and was operating under what French maritime authorities called a false flag. The tanker is believed to be part of Russia's so-called shadow fleet, a network of aging ships designed to quietly move oil and evade Western sanctions. French military officials say the operation was carried out with intelligence support from the United Kingdom. The ship, flying a Comoros flag with an Indian crew on board, is now being escorted to port for further checks as authorities probe possible sanctions violations. President Emmanuel Macron publicly backed the interception, declaring France's determination to enforce international law. He warned that Russia's shadow fleet directly finances what he called Moscow's war of aggression against Ukraine, while also posing serious environmental and insurance risks.
We will not tolerate any violation. This morning, the French Navy boarded an oil tanker coming from Russia, subject to international sanctions and suspected of flying a false flag. The operation was conducted on the high seas in the Mediterranean with the support of several of our allies. It was carried out in strict compliance with the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea. A judicial investigation has been opened. The vessel has been diverted. We are determined to uphold international law and to ensure the effective enforcement of sanctions. The activities of the Shadow Fleet contribute to financing the war of aggression against Ukraine.
As Europe tightens maritime enforcement, Ukraine is escalating its rhetoric. Speaking at Davos, President Volodymyr Zelensky warned that if Russian warships roam freely, even near Greenland, Ukraine has the expertise and weapons to stop them, just as it has done in the Black Sea.
If Russian warships are sailing freely around Greenland, Ukraine can help. We have the expertise and weapons to ensure not one of those ships remains. They can sink near Greenland, just as they do near Crimea. No problem, we have the tools and we have people. For us, the sea is not the first line of defense, so we can take actions, and we know how to fight there if we were asked and if Ukraine were in NATO. But we are not. We would solve this problem with the Russian ships.
Though outside NATO, Zelensky made clear Ukraine's resolve to confront Russian naval power. Combined with France's interception at sea, the message is stark. Europe's war with Russia is no longer just on land. It is now unfolding across global waters, with sanctions and security colliding head-on